She stole my dick! Imagine you, a boy with no friends, one who was bullied and laughed at his whole life for loving the supernatural. A glimpse of true friendship finally knocks on your door, but they question your beliefs. To prove them wrong, you build the courage to explore a famous place of death and witchcraft. You turn around and come across a demon who has but one request. And before you know it, your cock and balls are gone.
And that's the plot of DanDaDan.
Oh god. Yukinobu Tatsu, an aspiring mangaka who was the assistant on Chainsaw Man and Hell's Paradise. Inspired by their works, he has created a plethora of short stories. Seigi no Rokugo, Fireball, and Yamada Kiki Ipatsu. However, in April of 2021, he found his Kintama, known as Bold Party. That's what DanDaDan means. A story about a boy who believes in aliens and a girl who believes in ghosts. Turns out both are real and want to steal the boy's dick for their own selfish desires. DanDaDan has truly become one of the hit new up-and-coming shonens, selling 3.2 million copies and gaining a whopping 360 million views on official websites. DanDaDan has quickly become one of my favorite series for the year. Like, me and my friends went to go see the 3-episode early premiere, and I fell in love. Like, I immediately read the entire manga after that, because I wanted to catch up, because I was like, I cannot wait for the anime. I need to know what's going on. So today, I want to explore with you guys this crazy series that I am obsessed with right now. So stay away from grandma, don't let the aliens probe you, and keep your family jewels safe as we go all out in DanDaDan, the Testicle Saga. The Turbo Granny arc is 4 episodes and 8 chapters. We start off like any story would. 2 teenagers bickering after only being together for like 5 days. At class, we get introduced to Momo Ayase, a girl who lives the gyaru lifestyle. She's sad about her first ever breakup, but she won't give up on finding her Ken Takakura. Whipping out the Doflamingo walk, she mopes about never finding her man. Just then, when all hope seems lost, she finds a nerdy boy being bullied by the other kids.
This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, you mess with him, you mess with all of us.
After her good deed of the day, she continues sulking around, but then the dorky kid from earlier gets weird. As a huge diehard fan of UFOs,
They're not UFOs, they're UAPs!
he assumes Momo is also a big fan and wanted to talk about outer space phenomenon. Annoyed by the dweeb's nonsense, she yells at him to go away.
That right there is why you got no friends.
Well, looks like I got the bad ending. Man, these dating sims are really hard.
Momo takes a second and apologizes to Dorky Boy. While she doesn't believe in UFOs,
UAPs!
she is interested in ghosts, demons, and spirits. Dorky Boy laughs at Momo for believing ghosts are real, and they start arguing about their equally stupid hobbies. Believing in ghosts over aliens is as wild to me as saying you prefer Blue Lock Season 2 over Season 1. After some bickering, both sides make a bet. Dorky Boy will prove to Momo aliens exist, and she'll prove to him the opposite. On Dorky Boy's end, he finds himself in a spooky tunnel that's had a lot of creepypasta stories about ghosts appearing and killing those who dare enter. As he walks through the tunnel, Momo explains a bit about her past. With both her parents dead at a young age, she was raised by her hot-as-hell dump truck boyoyoing grandma, who's also a spirit medium. Did I mention she was hot? Momo was told to do a special ritual pose on her way to grade school to ward off evil spirits. However, the boys made fun of her, especially her crush.
All the other kids make fun of me because of it. I look stupid.
No, it's for your protection, silly. Fucking idiot.
Since then, Momo's relationship with her grandma has been a bit shaky, but she won't stand anyone who laughs at or hurts the people she loves. Alright, dorky boy, what's your backstory?
Oh, yeah, no, I just spend all of my time trying to hang out with the aliens because I have literally nobody to talk to and pretty much just spend all of my free time reading about UFOs and aliens. My family? I don't know. Not even the manga readers know.
Dorky boy continues through the tunnel. While he's a bit spooked, he starts to think that maybe Momo was wrong about ghosts.
I'll let you suckle my teats, boy. If you let me gobble your dung.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Dorky boy meets the infamous Turbo Granny, a yokai who loves to run. It's said that if she catches you, then she will curse your soul forever. Have fun with that. Meanwhile, on Momo's end, she walks around the abandoned Nagi hospital and unfortunately learns that aliens are real, fast, and... Are you guys sure I'm not watching Berserk right now? Miss Ayase wakes up in the alien ship. These creatures are known as Serpo, a male-only species that has been living among and studying the lifestyle of humans. To further their evolution, the Serpo want to steal the reproductive organs of humans.
We shall have intercourse with you.
Nope. Okay. Nah. I'm alright. I think I'm done with anime for a while. Before the Serpo can extract Momo's uterus, they get prank called by Dorky Boy, who's now fully possessed by the down bad Turbo Granny. Protect your balls, everyone! The Serpo reveal their true form and fight the spirits. During all the commotion, Momo thinks back to what her grandma taught her, and she unlocks psychic powers, which gives her the strength to defeat the aliens and fight back against Turbo Granny. But things won't be so easy, as Turbo Granny has stolen Dorky Boy's dick and balls. If Ayase wants to save him, they must fight Turbo Granny back at the tunnel. She disappears and the two kids manage to survive the crash on the ship. Both sides have lost the bet, as it turns out ghosts and aliens are real. As they walk home, Momo realizes she doesn't know Dorky Boy's name, and unfortunately for her...
Oh, I'm Ken Takakura.
And so begins the greatest new-gen shonen romance. Miss Ayase starts tweaking, unable to accept that he's named after her childhood crush. To avoid herself from falling in love, she gives Takakura a new name. From now on, Dorky Boy shall be known as Okarun. Imagine farting on your future girlfriend. They arrive at Momo's house, but she forgets the no boys allowed rule as Okarun almost burns to death. Momo removes the talisman that's meant to ward off evil spirits. Given Okarun's curse, Momo has to constantly be able to see him to keep Turbo Granny at bay.
So we should check and see if it's really there or not. No way, is it really gone? What's it look like?
Honestly, that's a valid question. How would you feel if you woke up one morning and found out your yogurt cannon went missing? Okarun apologizes for causing so much trouble. He was acting so weird when they first met because he didn't want to ruin the chance of finding a real friend. Annoyed by his shyness, Momo gives her future hubby some tough love.
Poke, poke.
Bitch.
Imagine farting on your future fiance, then calling her a bitch. Men, take notes. During their little argument, they hear constant ringing from the doorbell. However, Momo was told there are two bells, one meant for humans, and another that she's never heard before. Going outside to check it out, they find themselves trapped inside with a poisonous black fog. The one responsible was another alien. This is a flatwood monster. It's angry at the kids for not giving the Serpo their bananas and wants to take it back by force. They run for their lives, unable to do much against this giant creature. And to make matters worse, Momo has to constantly make sure Okarun doesn't get possessed. Annoyed at being a liability, Okudun tells Miss Ayase to let the curse run its course so he can fight back against the Flatwoods monster. With no other options, they give it a try. And out comes the new and improved Okudun. He's super fast, super strong, and super depressed. Now, with these new powers, Okudun can beat this guy. Yeah, he can't beat this guy. The power of Turbo Granny is too much for Okudun to handle, but he goes all out one more time to finally beat this sumo freak. They'll win for sure. Thanks to her psychic powers, the damage Momo received was minimized. She grabs Okudun along with the talisman to finally beat the Flatwoods monster. With the creature gone, everything turns back to normal. Completely exhausted, Miss Ayase collapses. Being unable to subdue Turbo Granny, Okudun becomes fully possessed.
Oh my god. I got the possessed ending. Jesus. Why do dating sims have like 45 different routes?
You're 27 years old.
No, I'm 25. That's not too young, is it?
You've got a wife and kid.
No, I'm single. But we can change that.
You like curry.
I honestly haven't had much curry, but I mean, you know, we can get some after this if you're free. Back over at Momo's place, Turbo Granny now has full control of Okudun's body. She attempts to eat Miss Ayase, but is stopped by an unknown entity. Introducing the great spirit medium of Kamigoe City, Seiko Ayase, Momo's grandma. For Granny Seiko, Turbo Granny is a simple low diff. The demon tries to use Okudun as a hostage to lower Granny's guard, but my wife won't tolerate anyone messing with her granddaughter. Momo wakes up and immediately starts looking for Okudun. She asks Granny what happened, but at first, Seiko holds a grudge for Momo's shitty behavior towards her. After Momo apologizes, Seiko tells her where Okudun is. Momo tries to explain everything that's happened. Seiko believes majority of it, except the alien stuff. She doesn't believe in UFOs.
UAPs!
Seiko explains the lore of Turbo Granny and how, thanks to a bound spirit that's fused with the tunnel, she's become an unstoppable force. She warns the kids not to go over there, but Momo is determined to help her boo. Seiko tells them they need to beat Turbo Granny at her own game. They will defeat the yokai in a game of tag, luring her outside Shono City so she can finish the job as Seiko's powers come from the spirit god of Kamekoe City. And so begins the training arc. While Okudun builds his strength to get used to going all out, Momo works on understanding her psychic powers. Then they take a quick bathroom break and that's the end of the training arc. Turbo Granny interrupts their training, saying how they must come to the Shono City tunnel tonight, or else she'll curse and kill everyone Momo loves. Seiko gives the lovebirds some spiritual gear for protection and prays for their safe return. Embarrassed on the train ride and fueled with anger, Momo swears she'll kick Turbo Granny's ass. Momo and Okudun arrive in Shono City and enter the tunnel to fight Turbo Granny. And right away, she doesn't fuck around and pretty much beats the kids. However, Momo uses Granny's confidence against her and challenges the yokai to a game of tag with its reputation as the fastest ghost on the line. To make things fair, Turbo Granny will count 10 minutes while the kids run away. Unfortunately for them, the Dick Snatcher was homeschooled and didn't quite learn how to count properly. When fighting a man, go for the balls. When fighting a woman, bite the titty. Thanks to Okudun's quick thinking, they managed to weaken the cock gobbler, but things only get worse as the bound spirit comes to help. As they run away, they learn that most people can't see ghosts.
Crap! There's people up ahead!
Oh, hey guys! Big fan!
Embarrassing!
Oh my god, is that a giant crab?
With the power of biology class, the crab gets taken care of. Things seem fine now, but then it gets worse as the entire city becomes possessed and chases the kids. Oh my god, Turbo Granny is not fucking around. Like, she wants these kids dead. Pulling up Spotify, Okuran goes all out while listening to some William Tell overture and escapes the speed demons. But Turbo Granny is still not done. Getting her body back, the two spirits merge into one gross ghost. Miss Ayase uses the opportunity to lure Turbo Granny on a train, leading outside of the city into Seiko's domain. Turbo Granny has been defeated. But they notice some random female spirits as well. The next day, back at the tunnel, Seiko informs the gang about Turbo Granny's motives. She was protecting the spirits of girls who were violently murdered. Don't try to make me feel bad for the villain after they die. What kind of Demon Slayer shit is this? Back at the ISA house, they enjoy their spoils and eat some crab. Okarun, however, is too traumatized to eat.
Show me. I want to see you got your pecker back.
Momo and Okarun say their goodbyes. However, both of them contemplate what that means to say goodbye. Does it mean they will never see each other again? With so much uncertainty up in the air, Momo takes a second to reassure each other that they will see each other tomorrow. The end. Acrobatic Silky is 9 chapters and 3 episodes. That's it? As much as I love One Piece, it is so refreshing to watch a shorter anime. After the death of the Dick Thief, Okarun and Momo go back to school. Mr. Takakura decides to give touching grass a try as he prepares to say hello to Momo. But once he sees the Esper Queen, his knees become weak, and with his arms so heavy, he couldn't possibly enjoy Mom's spaghetti.
No, I bet she's waiting for someone else.
Uber Eats for Miss Ayase. Here you go, thank you. By the way, I definitely forgot your drink.
Thinking he's not good enough for her, Okarun tries to Metal Gear his way out of the situation, but Miss Ayase's unstoppable lust for an awkward guy cannot be stopped as they walk to class together.
Finally! I found myself an amazing friend!
I'm really happy for Okarun. The boy doesn't care about the bullying anymore because he finally has a friend who he can talk to about all kinds of wacky things. That's awesome. Meanwhile, Momo, well, she probably needs to go to horny jail. During class, neither can focus as they so desperately want to see each other again and talk about ghosts and aliens.
I want to talk to Okarun. I want to find out what he thinks aliens eat, and if they poop or wear underwear.
If you and your significant other aren't having a 4-hour deep dive about alien fecal matter, break up. They don't love you. I don't love you. Fuck you. In all seriousness, this moment is absolutely adorable. It's just two dorks who are excited to yap each other's ears off about all kinds of wacky things. Very wholesome. And now that it's lunchtime, Momo and Okarun can see each other again, but their excitement causes them to keep missing one another. Alright, you know, this scene actually pisses me off. My guy, just turn around!
I'm sorry, Miss Ayase.
I'm sorry, Okarun.
It might have been just teeth, but a win's a win. Okarun takes a celebratory piss, but when he whips out his thick leviathan, he notices something isn't right. He dashes over to Momo for an emergency cock conference as he's made a shocking discovery, but Miss Ayase goes full tsundere and tells him to go away as she struggles to express her feelings. You shouldn't have done that, Momo, cause Okarun's awkward aura attracts a new challenger. Introducing the popular Aida Shiratori, self-proclaimed savior of the world. She takes advantage of Okarun's kindness and naivety by acting all innocent. Then, without hesitation, she begins talking mad trash about our absolute unit of a man. And oh, Momo does not like that.
Day.
Flawless victory. Fatality.
And that's the end of the Acrobatic Silky Arc. After class, the paranormal partners make up, and so now Okudun can tell Momo what he's been trying to say for the past 8 minutes.
My balls are gone.
Listen to you calling it a shaft like it's massive. Your age, it's more like a little pencil.
It's one thing to lose your balls and have your crush laugh at you. But when the hot gilf says you're carrying a pencil in your pants, now that's a valid crash out. Seiko performs a special ritual. The loss of a man's jewels can only be the work of an evil spirit. With a couple of slaps to the noggin, Seiko takes the evil energy out of Okudun. Then Momo throws it into a money neko that begins to run away. After they catch the currency kitty, they realize it's a familiar face. Welcome back, Turbo Granny. Right before the paranormal partners defeated Turbo Granny, the spirit managed to escape just in time and hide inside of Okudun, hoping to wait in silence until her powers returned so she could kill everyone. I don't know what it is about superpowered villains becoming cute, marketable plushies, but that's gotta be one of my favorite genders. Turbo Granny tries to be threatening. Without her, Okudun can never get his balls back, and his only chance is to kill the girl and the gilf. Just then, Animal I've Become starts to play in Okudun's head as he begins to transform into his hot and depressed Ken Takakura form. Thanks to Seiko, not only did she get rid of Turbo Granny, but she was able to keep the yokai's powers within the boy. Would you trade your balls for super speed? Honestly, not a bad deal. Momo makes a deal with Turbo Granny. If they can get Okudun's beanbag back, then the demon can have her powers. Granny agrees, but she lost him.
Well, now it's your problem too!
His balls are covered in a layer of my spiritual energy. They're 5 centimeters across and gold and shiny.
Remember everyone, it is scientifically proven that a man's testicles is covered by a thick layer of 24 karat gold. Ow. Back at school, a smelly beta male bully asks Okudun if he can get Momo's Snapchat, calling her a skank who will sleep with anyone.
So, you guys have done it, right?
What?
What the fuck? Why would you ask that? Ken Takakura, turn into a demon and traumatize this man.
And mentally scar him he shall, as Okudun plays some more 3 Days Grace and becomes the personification of what every weeb in middle school thinks they're like when they get mad. Unfortunately, the Momo slander doesn't stop there, as Ida is now on a mission to ruin Momo's life after she almost broke her neck. Too bad it didn't.
So in order to get back at that bitch, I started a rumor she's a slut.
Convinced Miss Ayase is a demon after being able to see her psychic powers, President Shiratori makes it her mission to cleanse the world of evil, and she'll do it with her good luck charm, the left testicle of Okudun. Assemble all 5 pieces, and you win the duel. With her newfound discovery of Christ, Saint Ida and her celestial lackeys prepare to cleanse the psychic bitch.
You guys see the woman in the red dress?
DoorDash for President Shiratori? Jesus. Did you guys see that? Was that the woman in red?
During lunch, the paranormal Pookies talk about where Okudun's balls might be. Turbo Granny mentions that if a human holds onto Okudun's mystic meat for too long, they'll begin to see spirits. At the end of school, Momo and Okudun prepare to go on a testicle hunt, but is stopped by Ida, who just wants to talk to Miss Ayase real quick, alone, in an abandoned building. Is this how lesbians ask each other out? Before Momo can question what President Shiratori wants, the holy hoes jump her and prepare the purification. Nothing says green flag like a woman who isn't afraid to kill her classmates over some testicles. Okudun and Turbo Granny find Momo, but they come with some bad news. Ida isn't responsible for this whole mess. It's the woman in red. Inspired by the Akusada or
La Llorona,
Acrobatic Silky has come for Ira as she claims to be her mother. Not wasting time, Okudun goes all out and... well, shit. Acrobatic Silky tries to get Ida to recognize that she is her mother, but President Shiratori won't listen to an evil spirit, so she gets eaten too. Alright, now it's up to you, Momo. No yokai can stand up to your psychic power. Ah, okay, so this is why the arc is only 3 episodes. It seems like Acrobatic Silky has won, but thanks to Turbo Granny's soul being trapped in a money neko, she has the ability to call upon good fortune. The cross Ira had just so happened to be a lighter and catches Silky's hair on fire. To lessen the pain, the yokai takes the kids out from her body. She might have lost a good chunk of her hair, but the fight is far from over. Are you a demon? Can't seem to pass on to the afterlife because you went through some really fucked up shit? Well then you need Shoulders and Head, the perfect, simple shampoo that'll get your locks feeling just right to kill some kids. Just then, Science Sadu slaps their entire budget into the episode. Even with the combined efforts of Momo and Okudun, Acrobatic Silky's strength, flexibility, and luscious hair allows her to easily take them down.
I don't know how to throw a punch or anything!
I appreciate that DanDaDan doesn't make Okudun some martial arts master right out the gate just because he has powers now. Cause like, too many times in anime, you'll have a stereotypical skinny nerd who's never fought or worked out in his entire life somehow become the 3rd strongest character in the verse just because he has powers now. And then have a bunch of women falling head over heels for a bland personality. AKA every isekai ever. Silky decides enough is enough and prepares to finally defeat the paranormal partners. But with Momo in danger, Okudun goes all out and defeats the yokai. K.O. The day is saved!
We might have a problem. This here girlie's dead.
Momo and Okudun refuse to believe Ira's dead as they try everything they can to resurrect her. To make matters worse, Acrobatic Silky is still standing. Like a motor, life can't run without a battery. Silky offers her soul to help bring Ira back before her aura is completely gone. Momo agrees to use Silky's aura to bring back Ira. Like trading Pokemon on a Game Boy Advance, Momo uses her psychic powers to link up Ida and the yokai's soul. In doing so, we get to peer into the horrible life of Acrobatic Silky. Years ago, an unknown woman was struggling financially. To make ends meet, she'd work 3 jobs back to back to clear her debt. From a janitor in the morning to a cashier in the afternoon, and then she'd end the day as a prostitute. It was a life she absolutely hated, but the one thing keeping her going every single day was the happiness of her child. Her smile gave Silky the motivation she needed to keep on living, as she'd share her passion for ballet with her daughter in hopes she can live a beautiful future. Every day they'd eat the same college struggle meal of curry and rice, but just being in each other's company was worth it, as they'd dance, play, and laugh the night away. To celebrate her daughter's 5th birthday, Silky decides to splurge a bit. She buys the red dress she'd always pass after her nightly rounds. A perfect night for a beautiful family of 2. Because of Silky's expensive purchase, she's unable to pay what she owes to the debt collectors who get physical with her. They take the child and let Silky rot in her own bloody, broken misery. But a mother's love for her child is infinite. In a beautiful, gut-wrenching POV shot, Silky rushes through the rain to stop them from taking her child. But the pain she bared was too much, as right when the van takes off, she slips and falls. They will never meet again. And now she has nothing left to live for. After losing her child, Silky decides to give one final Olympian performance. Atop her roof, she dances in the blue rain. turning her pain into a beautiful melody of the arts. Regretting all her life decisions, she gracefully jumps into the air, with the only thing on her mind being her child. The mother takes her own life. God damn, DanDaDan! I was unfamiliar with your game. That is sad as hell. And we're only on the second arc. Silky wanders the streets as a spirit, trying to remember what happened. Just then, baby Ida mistakes Silky for her own mom who recently died. Just then, Silky finds a new purpose. Mistaking Ida for her child, she will do whatever it takes to protect her daughter. And thus, Acrobatic Silky was born. Returning to the present, Ida does come back to life, but in return, Acrobatic Silky begins to crumble. Turbo Granny explains that because the yokai was unable to let go of all her regrets and find peace, she'll be reduced to nothing, her existence forgotten into the void. And right before she crumbles away, Ida embraces Acrobatic Silky and tells her exactly what any mother wants to hear.
Mommy, I love you.
And with that, Acrobatic Silky has achieved nirvana and can live on in the afterlife with her child. As the dust of Silky flies off into the sky, Ida swears she will never forget her and hopes the two can live on in a kinder world. The end.
That's how it ends? I got my balls back! The Serpo Arc is 3 episodes and 10 chapters. After fighting a ballerina demon to the death and witnessing one of the saddest backstories of 2024, the Ghost Gang enjoys some noodles at the ISA residence. Momo apologizes to Ira for being a bitch and asks her to say sorry to Mr. DanDaDan, but the Chosen One, aka Miss Shiratori, would never listen to a messenger of Satan, as she continues to be an even bigger bitch.
And her! What? Something's up with her, cause she can't be your grandmother. She's too young and way too hot!
Goddamn right!
Guys, I might be biased, but I think it's safe to say that Ida is the second best character in the entire series.
Ira leaves swearing to take down Momo and save her beloved Takakura, who's just here for the vibes.
What you're about to witness is how the average male goes through puberty.
In order for a boy to become a man, a talking demon cat must throw a golden ball at your crotch, while a hot gilf does everything in her power to stop that from happening. Meanwhile, your high school crush stands behind ready to catch your balls. And it looks like the ceremony was a success, as now Okurun has one of his balls back.
And the wait for the second one is gonna be like 5 times as long.
Back at school, Momo wants to get flirty for lunch, but Mr. Takakura says he has a special report he needs to be faithful towards. Cause we all know cheaters never win. Right, Ira? During lunch, Momo gets her Gyaru girl some juice, and on the way back to class, she finds herself in the worst situation imaginable.
Alright everyone, pack it up. DanDaDan is officially trash, because if Ken Takakura can't be faithful to his Esper Queen, then love truly is dead.
Thanks to Killer Queen's Bites the Dust, we rewind time to find out what actually happened. In reality, Okurun was training in secret using Seiko's workout routine. Not only did he want to be jacked like Yujiro Hanma, but he wanted to surprise Momo with his rippling muscles. However, his actions have instead attracted the holy homewrecker. Ira, the dirty diva, tries to confess her feelings to Mr. Takakura by immediately jumping to third base. Although our king of celibacy won't let anything stop him from his one true love.
It's the guy's responsibility to seal the deal!
Seal the deal? What kind of magazine were you reading? You should not be reading that magazine!
They get into an argument and accidentally fall on top of each other.
No biggie, accidents happen. Just get off her, apologize, don't make it a big deal, and everything will be fine.
Why is it taking you this long to get off her?
I hate that trope in anime of the guy stumbling around and accidentally landing on the underage girl's comically large boobs. It's supposed to be funny, but it never is. Thankfully, it's not nearly as bad here, But it's enough to make you eye roll with them just standing there long enough for Momo to find them. Congrats, Okarun! Thanks to your confused singular testicle, Momo is now mad at you for the rest of the arc. Okarun comes to terms with the fact he lied to Momo and that he needs to stop making excuses and just get stronger. Great job, Okarun. Everyone in your class ran away because you pissed yourself. Nice one, Dingus. Okarun runs out of the class and finds Ayada, who's confused about what's going on. Okarun realizes this is similar to what happened when they fought the Flatwoods monster, and they go looking for Momo. Speaking of which, Miss Ayase is also having some trouble as she comes across an unknown creature.
Sounds like something's getting closer.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
And there's also Nessie, an alien creature who only knows of destruction as it attacks the school. See, and this is exactly why I never stay after school, because that's when the aliens show up. Don't worry, Momo, you aren't the only one dealing with aliens, as Okarun and Miss Shiratori run into the Dover Demon, a heavyweight alien with a mean right hook. And it only gets worse, as the Serpo are back and more prepared to take Okarun's singular ball and rod. Man! I wish an entire alien race wanted my genitals to further advance civilization. But no! I'm stuck making a video about it! And just when all hope seems lost for Okarun's manhood, a pink Beyblade stops the Serpo. Within that pink tornado is the savior of the world! Miss Shiratori has now acquired the powers of Acrobatic Silky. With the powers of a yokai, Ayada is able to easily fight off the Dover Demon. Get him, Ayada! Not gonna lie, she kinda deserved that. Meanwhile, Okarun does what he can to find some clothes before joining the fight. Guys, DanDaDan is peak, I swear.
You were after me before.
With the combined powers of 3 Serpo, they create the Awesome Zone, allowing them to
Why is the opening playing 8 minutes into the video?
allowing them to immobilize and brutally beat the demon duo. But the Esper Queen comes to the rescue. Realizing they are no match for Miss Ayase's psychic abilities, the Serpo acquire some extra power.
Honestly, you are such a bother.
I can't tell people I watch this. By using the extraterrestrial erection, they have transformed the Dover Demon into its ultimate form, a Japanese businessman, giving the creature an immense boost in strength. But due to the combined efforts of the demon duo, they can fight off the alien. And just when things are looking up, a tsunami made of melon flavor Powerade washes them away. And hiding in the water is Nessie, who decides to go rogue and attack anything and anyone, killing a Serpo and sending Ayada flying.
I don't know.
We better figure something out fast, or that stupid skank's gonna drown for sure!
Guys, help! I don't want to die 2 arcs in a row! While Ira starts to see Jesus, Momo and Okarun begin arguing about earlier. Okarun begs Miss Ayase to give him a chance to explain himself and how he doesn't want her, of all people, to get the wrong idea about what happened. They make up and get into action. Turning Okarun into an oily fish, they grab and revive Ayada. When they come back down, they face their biggest challenge yet. Using polymerization, the Serpo, Dover Demon, and Nessie have combined into a hideous monstrosity. The perfect combination of intellect, long range, and close range combat. Yeah, they make it clear this is not Ira's arc. But Miss Supernatural remembers what she learned in biology class and puts her knowledge to the test, using the strength of the mantis shrimp against the alien to destroy its arms, and then with everyone's combined efforts, Okarun goes all out and destroys the Serpo. Yo!
On each other, butt naked.
What the fuck?
Holy crap!
Hey, Chris Hansen. After the most traumatic experience of a person's life, the Ghost Gang report to the BDSM nurse, Queen. Okarun has a sudden nerd boner and comes to the conclusion that the aliens want to invade Earth, but the reason they haven't gone on a full-scale assault is due to the yokai all throughout the planet. So the aliens want to steal Okarun's balls to learn how to defeat the evil spirits. Ayada heads out to try to regain her popularity. Meanwhile, Okarun and Momo have a heart-to-heart about what happened. Okarun explains what happened between him and Miss Shiratori, and the reason he was trying to hide from Momo is because he wanted to work out in secret and look cool in front of her. You know, as much as I give this series shit for all the weird stuff that happens, I love this cast, and I hope we all find the Momo to our Ken Takakura and vice versa. Back in class, Ayada feigns ignorance on what happened. Everyone in the school starts to blame Momo, calling her names and wanting to ruin her reputation. Miss Shiratori realizes things are getting out of hand, and as the savior of peace, she admits she was the one spreading those rumors about Ayase and asks everyone to leave her alone. The Spirit Sisters have a heart-to-heart outside, but that gets interrupted by the Dover Demon, who's still alive.
I gotta earn a living for my family.
Did he just come back from a Diddy party? The Dover Demon collapses from exhaustion and wakes up in the Ayase residence covered in bandages. Then they all have a celebratory meal where they argue and beat the shit out of each other. This reminds me so much of One Piece, just how like at the end of a big arc, all the characters will get together and have a big feast. And what's really cool about DanDaDan is how after each arc, you can see the group of characters at the feast growing and growing every time, which is really cool. After the bloodbath, the Dover Demon explains why he's in such a need for spadamas, aka money, so bad. The Dover Demon comes from a race of powerful aliens known as who take on risky physical jobs like bodyguards or hitmen. However, this Dover Demon is one of the weaker ones, being known for screwing up jobs. His wife died of a violent illness, and now his son has it too, causing him to constantly worry whether he'll die or not. So now the Dover Demon is willing to take on any job, no matter the danger, to afford enough money to cure his son.
If I gave you my wiener, would that save your son's life?
And this is one of the many reasons why AJ Beckles is a phenomenal voice actor. Because not even Batman could beat that line out of me. My wife comes in and notices something about the Dover Demon that smells very familiar. Giving him a glass of milk, the Dover Demon realizes that milk tastes similar to his race's blood. How exactly he knows what his blood tastes like is beyond me. Seiko offers him a cow to take home, and we smash cut to an alien invasion. The Dover Demon says thanks and promises to come back if they ever need help. Later that night, the Ghost Gang begs Seiko for new uniforms. Granny Ayase will only allow it if Momo is willing to embarrass herself and do a Hiroshi impersonation.
Whoa, you're talking to an adult with a fat wallet here. You want a new uniform or don't you?
She's hot, respectably, insanely intelligent, currently as of this arc, the strongest character in the series, can cook, and she's rich. Me? I just make silly little YouTube videos. A match made in heaven. Momo is told to keep up the impersonation and answer the door in character, and when she does, we get introduced to an old friend, Gigi Inoji, Momo's childhood crush and Ken Takakura's romantic rival. The end. Big thanks to my YouTube and Patreon members for supporting the channel. Shoutouts to DanDaDan and Gavin of Overleveled Games for your support. Become a YouTube member or join my Patreon for access to exclusive content, early uploads, behind the scenes updates, badges, emotes, so many other perks. Links in description below. And that's the end of the Serpo Arc and Season 1 of DanDaDan. Technically, yes, the next arc also starts at the end of Season 1, but majority of it is these 3 arcs. Watching DanDaDan is such a breath of fresh air in the sense of how short it is. Each arc is to the point, packed with world building, action, suspense, comedy, drama, and romance that all ties in nicely without needing to take 60 episodes. The Serpo arc is fun because it brings back characters we were first introduced to and then expands upon the lore of the aliens. Aira's acrobatic silky powers are fucking awesome and she looks badass. Probably that's my favorite part of this arc. I love the continued development of Okarun and Momo's relationship, both as individuals and them being a future couple. And this arc does a pretty good job of dealing with the concept of jealousy and misunderstanding. Because I feel like a lot of other anime that I've seen who handle this topic, they go way too far with it to the point that it completely ruins the characters that are involved in the story and just makes them way dumber than they actually are for the sake of drama in some sense. I might have mentioned this in another video, but one of the reasons why I love DanDaDan so much is the fact that they have multiple different enemies that they're fighting at once. Because I feel like if DanDaDan was just fighting aliens or just fighting ghosts, it'd be a lot more generic and boring. But yeah, that's about it. Let me know your thoughts for the Serpo arc and just season 1 as a whole. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, the whole YouTube shebang, and I'll see you next time. Bye!